Welcome to Newport Living and Lifestyles. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with historic documentary filmmaker David Belcourt, and we're here to talk to you about a very exclusive event being held here at Belcourt, Newport. It is hosted by Reading with Robin. It's called Belcourt Speaks, and it's all about a well-behaved woman and a novel of the Vanderbilts, written by Teresa Ann Fowler, October 24th, from 5 to 7 p.m.
Yes.
So how can people purchase tickets?
So you can get more information on our website, belcourt.com.
Okay.
So this is an event we're really proud to have at Belcourt. It's sponsored by Alex Sinani and Bar and Board Bistro and Carolyn Sakana Vineyards. And the tickets are $85, $115 for these VIP tickets, where you get a wine tasting and you get a bottle of wine, and there's going to be food served from Bar and Board.
On board, yeah.
And it's a really great event where you get to learn a little bit more about how Therese wrote this historical fictional novel about these two figures who actually lived here from 1896 to 1908. And you know, Oliver is the reason why this building even is here. He built it in 1891.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be an interesting event. I'm excited to host.
Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous. Let's go inside and take a look at where the event's going to happen inside.
Sure. So this is Alva's bedroom.
Who's this with this fabulous hair?
So this is the current owner of the house. This is Carolyn O'Phalion.
Visionary entrepreneur and philanthropist.
The people who did the work in this room, the plaster work, actually made that sculpture for her as a thank you for allowing them to do the work in this room. This room was extensively restored by Carolyn. There was lots of damage to it throughout the entire room. So this room is important for the night of our event because Alva would have slept in this room.
Okay.
In 1896, she married Oliver Hazard Perry Belmont, and she quickly realized that this one-bedroom, 44,000 square foot apartment needed a woman's touch. Yes. So she built this bedroom for herself. It also has a sunken boudoir and bathroom, right, which is actually hidden by a secret door, which we'll show you in a second.
All right.
And visitors, you know, for this event on the 24th, they should make sure they absolutely stop in this room, because this is where Alva, who is the heroine of this book, this is where she would have spent most of her time at Belcourt.
Let's check out that boudoir.
Yeah. So yeah, it's through this secret door.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah.
And beautiful. So what room are we in right now? It's gorgeous.
So this is we're on the second floor, and this is where Oliver had his first party here in September of 1895. And this is where they would entertain. There's a place for musicians above us. There's an organ at the far end of the room, and then the fireplace would have been lit. So the stained glass is 15th century stained glass. And this is where most of the events would have taken place at Belcourt. Originally, the whole first floor, the entire first floor of this building was for his horses.
Oh, wow.
And his bedroom is right through that door. So this was really the main living area for Oliver. When Alva moved in and they lived here together, and when I say lived here, they only lived here for the summer, like 5 or 6 weeks out of the summer every year. She built herself that bedroom that you just saw, and then they started to change the downstairs, the coach house, into a banquet hall where they could have more events. And Alva started to really entertain lavishly here at Belcourt.
Well, I can tell you, I had a couple dance moves right here in this very room. Yeah. I went to a couple of events here, yeah.
Nice.
Really great. So this has a very church-esque feel to it.
Sure. It really does. It's a beautiful space, and it's been meticulously restored, thoroughly cleaned. All the plaster work a lot of it was redone. The stained glass was taken out and cleaned and refurbished and put back. And we've even brought back some of the armor collection. The previous owners of the house were a family called the Tinneys, and they had an armor collection. And Oliver Belmont had a really beautiful armor collection back in the day in the 1890s. So we brought back some of the Tinney armor collection so that it's similar to what Oliver would have seen in this room originally.
Let's go check out the bedroom.
Yeah, okay. Oliver's room?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this here is how Oliver lived his life. This was his favorite saying, sans crainte, which means without fear. And that's really how he lived his life. He was a very interesting man. He was kind of a playboy. He was really into fashion.
Bon vivant.
He was an interesting guy, and I think, Alva always says she married first for money and then married second for love, and I think that they were really in love with each other. And for 12 years, they summered here, and they built things, and they entertained their friends, and they had a really good time. And I think
that's what Newport's about, right?
It really is, and I think it's a really cool place to explore, and we're really looking forward to the event on the 24th.
Perfect.
So this is where the event is going to take place.
It's gorgeous.
This is the coach house of Belcourt originally. Okay. And originally it was a place for Oliver to keep all of his carriages and coaches. He had kind of like the Ferraris and Lamborghinis of his time.
Yeah.
The best, state-of-the-art, most modern coaches and carriages. And he kept them in this room. The entire first floor of Belcourt is actually devoted to his horses and to his racing and his carriages.
Okay.
After Alva and Oliver married in 1896, she started to realize that this was kind of a room that she could use for other things, such as big elaborate parties.
Ballroom dancing.
And it became a ballroom, which is what it is today.
Okay.
So the event will take place in this room, and it's probably the most majestic room that we have for events here in Belcourt.
And I love the mosaic tiles. Where's this tile in from?
Oh, the floor is amazing. So like I told you, it was originally for his garage, essentially, and he had Italian artisans put in this Italian marble mosaic floor, and it's just amazing. It's just...
So tell us about a state-of-the-art coach.
Oh,
what does that include?
Well, I know that in 1897 he brought a motor coach here, which would have been the first automobile in America. And the first automobile parade in America took place in 1899 on the grounds of Belcourt. They drove cars up Bellevue, and it ended with an obstacle course and kind of like a contest for who could decorate the car the coolest.
Oh, that's fun.
And Alva led the way. It was Alva's idea, and Oliver played along, and they all had these cars out on the front lawn. So it wasn't long before his coaches kind of got out of Belcourt, and this became a place for them to entertain and really show Newport and all of society at the time who Oliver and Alva were all about, what they were all about. So.
Yeah. So even though you get a book here for the event, you can still go online and purchase one and read up on it.
You can,
so you're prepared with questions.
Yeah, you can even get Audible on audible.com. You can listen.
That's what I do.
Yeah, Teresa Ann Fowler's book, A Well-Behaved Woman, is in bookstores now. And if you come to the event, it's $85, $115 for VIP. And all tickets include a copy of the book, and you'll be able to hear how Therese wrote this fictional historical novel. And it's going to be a really fun time. There's food and wine.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that, yeah. Well, I hope you all come down to Belcourt.
Well, thanks so much for telling us all about this event, and we look forward to seeing you on Newport Living and Lifestyles.